Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Graft. Graft is designed by Zach Dixon, Austin Harrison, Max Anderson, and it's published by IV Studio.
All right, you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Hit that notification bell. We would love for you to watch all of our videos. We've got tons of great stuff coming out, and Christmas is coming up. We're going to do a full holiday shopping guide. All the works. All right, let's talk about Graft. This is a pass-and-play style game. You take one card, pass the rest. Take a hand of cards, pass the rest. That kind of thing. You've seen games like this before. Seven Wonders, Sushi Go.
Yeah.
But this has a little twist to it. The cards that you're taking, you're actually laying down in front of you into a tableau. You're placing a card. The next card you get, you place to the right of it. There's cards that have restrictions. They might say, they might be worth a lot of points or might do cool things, but they might say, from here on out, no playing any more yellow cards, no playing pink cards, whatever the case is. So it gets tougher and tougher to fulfill your tableau. But the more cards you get, the more points you're going to get as well. At some point, you are either going to bust because you can't play any cards, so it's got to push your luck element to it, or if you try to ship, you can ship, use your cargo shipping card in order to complete your row and start a new row. And when you do that, you score the full value of those points. If you bust, you only get 1 point per card. Call it recycling or whatever. Call it the compost, I think is the word they used. That's kind of the whole gist of the game. You're picking a card, drafting it, placing it in front of you, building out your tableau, trying to score the maximum amount of points.
I really like the push your luck aspect of this game and how it comes out. Because when you think of push your luck, you're not necessarily, it's almost like an individual thing that's happening, but you're kind of gambling with everybody at the same time. Because those cards have restrictions, you don't necessarily know what you're getting. And if you do not ship that with the, if you don't ship it, you might get a card where you legally can't play, and then it's all compost, but you don't know what's going to get past you. So you're kind of just hoping that you're going to get something good, but sometimes you might know it's out there, but every time you play a card, you do not redraw. So you start with those 5 cards, you play a card, and everybody passes the remaining 4 cards, and then everybody passes the remaining 3 cards. So you're kind of hoping maybe somebody else is going to ship so you can draw cards to get your tableau to go better, but also, like, you don't know if that's going to happen, so you might just ship it right now just to make sure that you can score those points. And so I really like that tug of war, trying to figure out what other people are going to try and do, also knowing that their options are dwindling and they might also bust as well.
Yeah, so the idea is there are no rounds in this game. Like in Seven Wonders, like I mentioned, or Sushi Go, you start with a hand of cards, you keep on getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and then the round ends once you're out of cards.
Yeah.
In this game, that is not the case. At any point, once any person ships their cards, everyone draws back up to a full hand of 5 cards. So yeah, there's this idea where you are kind of holding out to see what everybody else does, and you don't want to bust. But there's no rounds. It's just so smooth how you just kind of transition from, you just keep on going. And you eventually draw a couple more extra cards and keep on going. Eventually draw some extra cards, whether you ship or someone else ships, and you keep on going. You just keep on going till the end of the game. There's no rounds to it. It is unbelievably smooth. I love that. It's just pure gameplay, no upkeep.
Yeah, there's also these badges, they're these global objectives. So they're typically the different color cards. You want to get a certain combination or a certain amount of those, something like that. And then if you're able to achieve it and ship it, you can't just have it. You have to also be able to successfully ship it. You can put a marker on one of those global objectives. And so I always like in games like that where there's something like that. So everybody has something to kind of work for instead of just randomly placing cards down because you don't know which one is going to work with what. So I always like it when a game like this gives you a little bit of direction. I mean, we played a game where somebody didn't even get a single global objective, so you don't have to do that. But we also had somebody who met all of the global objectives. So I just like that it gives you this direction, and sometimes you might ship earlier than you wanted to ensure that you get that as well. So I just like it has this other thing that everybody can also achieve. Also, you can just stare what other people are going. Like, they're going to go for that and they're going to get it. I'm not even going to try to do that.
At least not yet.
Yeah.
I can still get half points or something. All right, so I have come to, make IV Studios as games synonymous with quality of components.
Yeah.
They have superior artwork, superior component quality, it's hard to say, and just overall amazing production. And this was one of the small box games, and I was like, I don't know how they're going to pull off a small box, it's just cards. I was fooled by Pillars of Fate because it had these amazing foil cards, and sure enough, the same thing happened here. All of the badges, there's silver and gold badges, they have that foil added to them. The card art was absolutely adorable. It was just super, super cool as well, but clear. All iconography was very clear, even though there was a lot of it, which I'll talk about in a minute. And there's these little tokens that you kind of marked those badges with. Absolutely adorable, high quality little pawns and meeples of these bizarro animals. I absolutely loved the production of this game. Like I said, they're just synonymous with quality. That's always been the case, and I think continues to be the case now. I mentioned the symbology. There is a lot of symbols. There's a lot going on here. So it's not something that's quite as easy to table as, let's say, Sushi Go for a first-time gamer. But it's also not quite as complicated as something like Seven Wonders. I hate to keep on mentioning those two, but it's just those are the two that I figure the most amount of people are going to be the most familiar with. I would say complexity-wise, it lands in the middle of the two as far as the symbols go. So make sure you kind of study those symbols, and so you know what it means. Okay, the cards to the right of this are going to score, or not being able to use certain colors, or whatever the case is. Make sure you study those symbols. It can make the game have just that little extra bit of having to absorb those, memorize what those mean so the game can speed up. But your second game is going to speed by once you get those locked in.
Okay, so this is going to sound like a negative, but it's not, because I'm actually very grateful for this. I appreciate so much that this game did not create a 2-player variant. It advertises itself as 3 to 5, and it is one of my pet peeves when you get a game that says 2 to 5, 2 to 4, 2 to whatever, and when you open it up, you realize that it's a 2-player variant. It's not what the game is supposed to be. This is how the game wanted it, and we just created this little thing so you guys could play too. Oh, I hate that. If you wanted to create a 3 to 5 player game, that's what you should do, and that's what you should advertise, and I just really appreciate it when games advertise it like that. So thank you for doing that and not creating a 2-player variant. I appreciate it. And I know that's a weird thing, but gosh. Oh.
Yeah, I think that there was this push in the market for 2-player games, and so every game has to make sure that they have a way that 2 players can play it, but you sacrifice quality. So you make a version of the game that doesn't match the excitement of the original,
But overall, I actually really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure what it was going to be, and it only took like 2 or 3 times of passing where I'm like, yeah, I like this game. This is a good one. I enjoy it. People should play it.
Yeah, super fun. I think this is a clever take on that pass and play style drafting. I think this is, I did it, I'm going to do it again. This is a better version of Sushi Go. Sushi Go is for families and for new gamers. This is for gamers who don't have time to play something more involved. The setup is instantaneous, but the gameplay is super satisfying. It's adorable, high quality. I like it a lot.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
Yes, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.